What's up, you jabronis? I'm driving new cars and talking about them. It's the New Car Show, starring me, James Pumphrey. Normally on this show, I bring you my impression on the latest, coolest, newest car. This time around, the car isn't new. It's actually 3 years old. What? The name of the show is The New Car Show. Last time I checked, this was in 2015, Pumphrey.
What day is it?
But wait, because the stuff inside of it is brand spanking new. As in, not released. As in, it's in the early stages of test and development.
And all of a sudden, I'm starting to get interested.
For the past week, I've been driving around in a twin-charged Ecoboost Mustang. Twin-charged. That means supercharger and turbo.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Just like a freaking Group B car. I've always been a huge fan of the Ecoboost Mustang. I grew up drooling over all the JDM turbo coupes that never came to the US, cursing at magazines and begging God to tell me why we can't have cool stuff here. I still lie in bed, awake at night, wishing that I had an S15. A boy can dream.
There are dreams that cannot be.
That reminds me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that maybe one day I can get one. So when Ford announced that they were putting a turbo four-banger in the Mustang again, I was like, whoop, whoop. Could this be the new Sylvia I've always wanted? Kinda. The Mustang is heavier and longer, but it has more power out of the gate. And when you add a supercharger into the mix, that is a very fun cocktail. And I love cocktails. So what is this weird car all about?
So what is this weird little car all about?
Right.
This was a project car for Vortech, and you can tell that by the slightly lowered stance and the more aggressive 19-inch Forged Star wheels. The twin charger system was more of an engineering exercise than anything else. They originally bought this car in order to develop their Max Flow charge cooler upgrade packages. Once those were completed and available, the car just sat. But here's the thing, the guys over at Vortech really like putting superchargers on things. And they have access to a bunch of superchargers. So...
Finish the f***ing story.
Ooh, you see what I'm getting at? They took the Vortech V3 H67B superchargers that they normally run on their GT86 systems, added the charge cooler package that they had already developed for the Stang, and set out to twin charge the little EcoBoost by feeding supercharged air into the factory turbocharger. It worked, kinda. The car pulled like an absolute motherfucker all the way to about 4,000 RPM when it ran out of fuel because the factory fuel pump just couldn't keep up.
Disappointed!
At the time, the hurdle that needed to be overcome was that being a direct injection fuel system setup on a relatively new platform, they couldn't just slap on a bigger pump and go because one didn't exist yet. So Vortech hit up Livernois Motorsport and they helped them develop a higher flow pump that provided enough fuel with a little engine to pull hard all the way to redline. But they quickly realized that the factory turbo was just too small to take full advantage of the twin charger system. And they abandoned the project. Shit, everything cool. I assume their boss came into the room and was like, what the heck are you guys doing? Get back to work.
Yeah.
They literally took the car apart the day after we gave it back. Rest in peace, twin charged four-banger Mustang. You were fun as hell. And that is exactly how I would describe this little guy. So f***ing fun. It is by far, 100%, no doubt, the coolest sounding car that we have ever had on this show. Every time you lift the throttle, you're rewarded with a
Sound is awesome.
It's not super fast. Honestly, it doesn't feel as fast as a stock GT. In fact, this car felt absolutely nothing like the Mustang GT that we previously drove on the show. This one felt like an import. While the V8 feels badass, this little guy felt mischievous. There was a much larger sense of occasion that came with every decision that I made. It was more fun when the tires broke loose because I had to make more of a decision to spin them. The car felt lighter and more tossable. It's not a muscle car, it's a twin-charged four-banger coupe! Oh, did I mention the noises that this thing makes? It made great noises. The power delivery was smooth, but odd feeling, in a good way. With a bigger turbo thrown into the mix, this thing would be amazing. I could totally daily drive this car. In fact, I wish that I could have made an offer on it. It's so weird and different and awesome, and I really like shit that's weird and different and awesome. That's why I hired Nolan and Bart. It's a really good example of what can happen when a bunch of really smart people get together and make something for no other reason than to have fun. And that's exactly what this car is. Fun. Mission accomplished. Great job, Vortech. Thanks for watching New Car Show. Hit the subscribe button. The more subs we get, the more cars we get to drive, and the more cool stuff we get to do with and for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. You guys are the only reason we get to do anything. Shout out to Vortech for letting us drive this awesome car. I wish you didn't take it apart. You want to see what I think of a GT Mustang? Check out this episode of New Car Show. You want to learn more about turbos? Check out this episode of Science Garage. Follow me on Instagram at James Pumphrey. Follow Donut on Instagram at Donut Media. Tweet at your favorite OEM and tell them, give Donut a car. Please tag us in it so we can expect the phone call. I love you.
I love you. I've always loved you.